Welcome to the channel Professors of Time. Today we're going to reflect on a question that may be disturbing for some. What if this is all there is? What if the grand narrative we've constructed, the promise of something more, simply fades to black? It's a daunting question, one that challenges the very foundation of our hopes and fears. For millennia, humanity has filled the unknown of death with stories of reunion and eternal peace. We've woven intricate tapestries of belief, comforting narratives passed down through generations, each promising solace in the face of oblivion. These stories have shaped our cultures, guided our actions, and offered a framework for understanding our place in the cosmos. We've built heavens and imagined spiritual realms, hoping our essence persists after death. We've populated these realms with angels and deities, creating elaborate systems of reward and punishment, all in an attempt to make sense of the great unknown that awaits us all. But what if the end is truly the end? What if there's no grand reunion, no pearly gates, no karmic justice? What if death is simply the cessation of consciousness, the final full stop at the end of our individual stories? Imagine consciousness as an emergent property of the brain, a tapestry that unravels when the machine stops. Like a complex clockwork mechanism, our minds are intricate systems of interconnected parts. When the power source is gone, the gears cease to turn, and the tapestry of consciousness unravels, returning to its constituent threads. This isn't nihilism, but a call to focus on the present, not a hypothetical afterlife. It's an invitation to embrace the beauty and fragility of our existence, to savor each moment, and to find meaning in the here and now. It's about living fully, authentically, and with intention, knowing that this moment is all we truly have. It takes courage to question beliefs passed down for generations. It requires a willingness to confront our own mortality, to challenge the comforting narratives we've been told, and to forge our own path in the face of uncertainty. To contemplate oblivion is to face our deepest fears, the fear of non-existence, the fear of losing everything we hold dear. It's a confrontation with the ultimate unknown, a journey into the heart of our own mortality. Yet it can reveal a new appreciation for life's fleeting beauty. By acknowledging the finite nature of our existence, we can learn to cherish the small moments, the simple pleasures, and the connections that make life meaningful. Let's walk to the edge of what we know, to the precipice of understanding, and dare to look beyond the familiar, and peer into the vast unknown. Let's explore the mysteries that lie beyond our grasp, not with the expectation of finding definitive answers, but with a sense of curiosity and wonder. This isn't a quest for answers, but an invitation to wonder and reflect on our existence. It's a chance to contemplate the profound questions that have plagued humanity for centuries, to grapple with the mysteries of life and death, and to find our own personal meaning in the face of the infinite. Let's consider, with open minds, the possibility of the final curtain. Let's embrace the uncertainty and find peace in the present moment. Near-death experiences are often seen as glimpses of an afterlife, tunnels of light, reunions, peace. But science suggests these vivid moments may be the brain's response to trauma and oxygen deprivation. Cultural backgrounds shape these visions, hinting they're drawn from memory, not a universal afterlife. The brain, in its final moments, may craft comforting stories as it shuts down. These experiences are powerful, but not definitive proof of life beyond death. They remain a fascinating mystery at the intersection of biology, psychology, and belief. For centuries, philosophers have pondered the enigma of consciousness, often imagining it as a soul, an ethereal entity separate and distinct from the physical body. This concept, deeply rooted in classical philosophy, envisioned the soul as the seat of awareness, independent of the brain's functions. Modern neuroscience, however, approaches the study of consciousness from a radically different perspective. Through advanced imaging techniques and meticulous research, it increasingly shows that consciousness is inextricably tied to the intricate activity within the brain. It's not some ghostly presence, but a vibrant, dynamic process. Damage to the brain, whether from injury or disease, profoundly changes personality, memory, and emotion, the very building blocks of our subjective experience. These changes highlight the brain's crucial role. This strongly suggests that the mind, with all its complexities and nuances, is fundamentally what the brain does, a product of its intricate neural networks and electrochemical processes. Every thought, every fleeting feeling, is ultimately a specific pattern of electrochemical activity, a cascade of signals flowing through the brain's vast network. To date, there's simply no scientific evidence to support the existence of mental events occurring independently of corresponding brain events. Consciousness, in this view, is akin to the music the brain plays, a symphony of neural activity. And just as a broken instrument can no longer produce music, when the brain ceases to function, the music of consciousness inevitably stops. This understanding makes our awareness, our capacity for experience, even more precious. A fragile phenomenon, exquisitely complex and ultimately born of the intricate processes of biology. If the brain ceases to function, if its activity comes to an end, so too does consciousness, leaving behind a profound and absolute silence, an absence of experience. The true wonder of consciousness, then, lies not only in its existence, but also in its fleeting and fundamentally biological nature, a precious gift of life itself. Epicurus argued that death is nothing to us, we don't experience non-existence, just as we didn't before birth. Lucretius echoed this: the eternity before birth mirrors the eternity after death. Existentialists like Sartre and Camus found meaning in a finite life, not in promises of eternity. Our mortality gives weight to our choices and urgency to our actions. Contemplating oblivion isn't nihilism, it's a call to create value in the time we have. If this life is all we have, it becomes more meaningful, not less. The knowledge of our limited time makes each moment precious. Simple joys, sunlight, laughter, love, become sacred. Our relationships and actions gain depth when we realize their impermanence. We become stewards of our world, motivated to leave a positive legacy. Meaning isn't given, it's created through our choices and kindness. Embracing mortality can inspire us to live with intention and courage. The beauty of a finite existence is that it makes everything matter. We've explored the possibility, the very real potential, that consciousness ends with death, that the cessation of our physical being marks the absolute boundary of our existence. It's a sobering thought, isn't it? And we've considered the profound wisdom found in accepting our finitude, in acknowledging the temporary nature of our lives, and the preciousness that arises from that understanding. The question of what happens after death, what awaits us beyond the veil of mortality, remains undeniably the greatest mystery of all. It's a question that has haunted humanity since the dawn of consciousness. Lacking definitive proof, irrefutable evidence of an afterlife, we stand at a crossroads. In the face of such uncertainty, we can choose wonder over fear, embrace the unknown with open hearts and minds. Living with uncertainty, with the ambiguity of our fate, invites humility, a recognition of our limited understanding, and a sense of awe at the sheer miracle of our existence, at the improbable confluence of events that led to each and every one of us being here, now. Whether we find comfort and solace in faith, in the promise of something beyond, or in the acceptance of mortality, in the beauty of a life lived fully, both are valid, equally meaningful responses to the profound mystery of the unknown. The true value, the real significance, lies not in the answer itself, but in the act of asking the question and living authentically, with integrity and purpose, in accordance with our chosen perspective, whatever that may be. Thank you for joining me on this journey of contemplation. Please share your thoughts and reflections in the comments below, and subscribe to the channel for more explorations into life's most profound and enduring questions. And don't miss the ebook, Quick Guide to Homeopathic Medicines, for respiratory issues, rhinitis, cough, and cold, available on Amazon through the QR code and the pinned comment. If you watched the video until the end, write in the comments, "What if after death, there's nothing?" See you in the next video.